Hello, my beautiful ducklings. It's your friendly Grippeteer, and I'm back again with another Steven Universe vlog. Today, we're looking at the episode Bubble Buddies. And in this episode, Steven saves this girl named Connie, who seems to be his romantical interest in the show so far. He saves Connie from this thing falling down on her, and his gem makes this bubble appear around them. And then, so they're stuck in the bubble together, and Steven likes this girl, and it's really awkward for him, and they're just stuck in the bubble and they can't get out, and that's pretty much it. They're trying to get out of the bubble. And then they do get out of the bubble, and they beat up this big worm thing that's just kind of randomly there, but I don't really care. And then, that's it. So, it was a really good episode, actually. I really like this one. The way that Pearl and Amethyst and Garnet react to Steven liking this girl is, Amethyst is like, "Ooh, you got a girlfriend," and Pearl is like, she says let's set up a play date, find out her favorite kind of tea, and then Garnet just tells them leave Steven alone and let him deal with this by himself. And those are just three really great things because when you tell somebody that you're like, "Oh, I like Susie" or something like that, they'll either do those three things. They'll go around yelling that you like that person. They'll tell them, "Oh, go get Susie over here. Let's talk to Susie." They'll just be like, "Okay, that's cool. Sup, leave you and Susie alone." And and they nailed that perfectly, especially with the characters' personalities as well. And that was really funny. There's Connie. She's a nice character. She sounds like it probably isn't, but she sounds like the same girl that does the voice for Flame Princess on Adventure Time. And I don't know if she is or I don't know if she isn't, but it sounds like her. And she's kind of a sad character. Her dad is like a cop or something, and they go from beach to beach, just patrolling everything. And Connie never really has time to make friends or anything. And then they're stuck at the bottom of the ocean, they get stuck at the bottom of the ocean, and the ocean looks so beautiful. They have these the coral and stuff like that, and it's it glows up and everything. It's illuminated. It looks really, really nice. You have to see the episode to know what I'm talking about, and if you have seen it already, you know what part I'm talking about. The ocean just looks so good. But when they're stuck in the bottom of the ocean, Connie's all sad because she'll die and she won't have any friends, and that was a really sad part. That kind of made me cry. Not really, but it made me cry silently to bed. I'm gonna cry myself to sleep tonight because that episode was just touching, and it touched me. Anyway, also in this episode, Steven tells the gems not to mess with his funky flow when he's talking. Tells him not to mess with his funky flow when he's talking to Connie, and it was just random. He's just like, "Don't mess with my funky flow." And then at the end, Garnet comes in and she takes Amethyst and Pearl away, so Steven and Connie can spend some time together. And she's like, "Don't mess with Steven's funky flow." And that was pretty funny. They were just and whenever somebody says funky flow, the next person always just goes "funky flow," and they even did that at the end. Connie was like, "Funky flow," and so it was pretty funny. There's a funny scene that when Connie was at a parade, I think, and Steven was there too, and he was on his dad's car wash, little parade float, and he had bubbles in his hair and everything, and Connie was like, "Yeah, you had soap bubbles in your hair," and he's like, "I was supposed to be a scrub brush." That was pretty funny because you know how his hair is kind of like an afro a little bit, and with the suds in it, and I guess you could see that as a scrub brush, and that is pretty funny that his dad would be like, "You get to be a scrub brush." That would probably be really funny. There's a scene with this little boy, his name is Onion, I think, yeah, Onion, and I guess he doesn't talk. He kind of looks like Vault Boy from Fallout mixed with uh, the McFlurry. So like imagine the Vault Boy from the Fallout series mixed with a flurry. That's kind of what he looks like. And he just takes a harpoon gun and he shoots it at the bubble, and like it bounces off the bubble and hits a boat right next to it, and then it just sinks down. And that was pretty funny. It was just so sudden too. It was like boom boom, and then he's just like, so that was pretty funny. Besides that, there's Lars, the donut guy, the donut shop guy, Lars, and the other girl who I don't remember her name. I think it starts with a C, maybe? Or it's something like that, like Kathy, maybe? I don't know. They seem to not, like, get along very well, and I kind of already got the impression they didn't get along very well, and they haven't really shown it much in the show, but if you watch the pilot, you kind of know, like the original pilot that they gave her. That Rebecca gave to Cartoon Network. But speaking of Rebecca Sugar, Connie, I think her design was loosely based on Rebecca Sugar, except, she's not white like Rebecca Sugar is, and her hair is longer. But they kind of look alike. If you just look up a picture of Rebecca Sugar and then just remember what Connie looks like. They don't look super similar, but you can kind of see a little bit of a resemblance. And that's pretty much all I can think of. Lastly, it's interesting that they have a cartoon character, especially a love interest, that is a different color than the main character. Because, Steven is white and Connie is black, and Steven likes Connie, and I know there's a lot of controversy, especially that Cheerios commercial and stuff like that, about two different races liking each other, and that's apparently stirred up a lot of controversy. But I don't know if it has for this show, but it probably will. The internet just needs something to complain about other than my videos. But besides that, it's interesting that they did that, and that's a big risk, especially for a television show on at this time, at this time, not 8 o'clock at night, but at this time, 2013. It's interesting that they do that, but I don't know if that's gonna take the right turn for them. People are gonna be like, oh, they encourage different races liking each other, or if it's gonna be like the Cheerios commercial, they're just gonna need something to complain about. So besides that, nothing really to talk about. Overall, good episode. You can tickle that subscribe button with your chin or your tongue if you wanna, and I will see you next Monday with another vlog. Yeah.